Hello YouTube, it's Gigi Alive, and I'm feeling really alive today. I have been um, feeling really good the last couple of days, and I can really, I hope and pray that it is me being in remission with the lupus, and also just remembering to take my medications on a regular. But I think the biggest thing is I am doing this water fast. Now this is this is my new way of getting my water. Okay? If you see how much water that is, it's 101.4 fluid ounces or 3 quarts. What? 5.4 fluid ounces. What? I'm confused. I'm confused. Read that. But anyway, I just thought to myself, what I was doing before was a smaller version, and this is Ozorka, which I found out is only really in Texas. Because I went to California looking for this a couple months back, and they didn't have Ozorka. But anyway, um, it's just a really good way for me. And, it says on here, easy pour. But I thought to myself, when I pour it into a glass, I tend not to finish it. I tend to put it in the refrigerator, and then I don't look at it, I don't think about it. But if it's like this, and I'm just literally, it's got a nice grip on here, I'm literally just carrying it around and taking a sip all day, I tend to drink more. And as you see, I'm here now. But it is 2:40, I believe. And my intermittent fasting has gone as such. So my last video I talked about how I was trying to do intermittent fasting just in the morning because I wake up so early in the morning, and then maybe have something for lunch that's very light like a soup. Well, I decided to kick it up a notch because I lost 12 pounds doing that. And I thought, okay, so what if I took lunch out and just did intermittent fasting with water during the day, and then have a good dinner, at sunset, and even have a snack before bed, and then fast again. And the whole idea, I think, behind intermittent fasting really is that we don't need all this food in our body, that our body can live on its own fat and can live on its own storage of, energy, which is, basically, your carbohydrates, and also having the vegetables that are going to give you the nutrients, and of course having the protein, the meat that is in your body already. And because like yesterday, I mean, okay, number one. I also said in my last video that I'm not gonna do this with I'm not gonna do this with that whole set, um, you know, of I'm not going to eat at all. I'm not going to be doing the Gandhi fast. My son Nicholas, who fasted for the summer. I don't know how he did it exactly. I believe it was on the weekends he wouldn't eat anything, drink anything but water. Friday and Saturday, I think maybe by Sunday or maybe Monday he would have a little dinner, but he wasn't eating hardly at all during the day. And he's a teacher, so he was off for the summer. And I realized that because I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I also have a business and I'm going to school, um, it is a little bit easier than if I was running around, passing fast food restaurants and, out and about all day. Because you tend to get more cravings when you're, using more energy and you're running around seeing food everywhere. But how I try to handle it is I don't really, I don't really go out and about that much. So for me, when I do go out and about, I try to just take something with me like a green tea that's diet, no calories, no sugar, and drink that or water. And that seems to help me. This new idea came to me because I just like the idea of having something in the house when I'm in the house that I'm sipping on, so I don't get the craving to go to the pantry and have, potato chips, which is my like favorite thing in the whole world to eat, or have just junk. But at nighttime, I tend to stay up a lot at night, I do find myself, going into the kitchen and getting some chips or whatever. But it really hasn't like affected me that much. And I think it's because during the day I'm not eating as much. So if I give myself a break like I did yesterday for Super Bowl Sunday, by the way, my husband's Eagles won, yay! It's 2018 Super Bowl, they won. And so I had made my chili. It's a ginger chili with, yeah, I put ginger in my chili. It's so good. But it's got lots of onions and peppers and celery, and also tomatoes. I have diced chipotle tomatoes in there. And then also I add V8 juice to it. So it gives it a little bit of a healthy kick. And then I do use ground beef and I do use sausages. And this time I used pecan sausage. Um, and so I mix all that. I'll put the recipe up. But I mean, it's really good because you don't taste um, all the flavors kind of combined. They make a good texture, but it also combines, and it's very chunky. It's not one of those soup type of chilies. It's like more of a stew type of chili. But anyway, so I cooked that, and of course I would have small portions of that yesterday while we were waiting for the Super Bowl. So that's like kind of a heavy thing for me to be eating while I'm doing this fast. So of course, last night I felt like, okay, I had a couple glasses of red wine too, and I thought it's time to, get back on the wagon. So that's why I thought to myself, I have this already that I've been drinking from, but I'll just puncture a straw in here because it's easier to sip on. Now I know you've seen those sippy cups, those, large, water bottles or sippy cups or whatever, but this is just so, it's $1 for this, 99 cents at the grocery store, okay? And I just got a straw, poked it in there, one of those big fat straws, and it's easy to grab. Oh my goodness, that's gross. But it's easy to grab and sip on. So I really think it's such a smart thing to do, and just to drink this and finish this off, hopefully by today or tomorrow. That's reminding myself that I accomplished this. And then I can refill it with just water from my filtered water from my refrigerator. Or I can go and fill it up with bottled water if I have some of that, which I do. Or I can go buy another one for $1, do it again. And when you drink the water, it just makes you feel refreshed over drinking anything else. And I like green tea, especially the ones with no sugar in it. But there's nothing that beats water. So, if you can do this, this is great for you. I mean, it really is. Um, just to get yourself, back on track, and also, if you can just do it regularly instead of putting anything else that's liquid in your body that has calories. Don't want to drink your calories. So that's the best advice I can give. Don't drink your calories, and try your hardest to do the intermittent fasting. Like I said, I start mine in the morning. My husband wakes up about 4:30 or so. And about that time, I'm kind of rumbling in the bed, but I'm not really awake. And then about 5:30, I'm getting up. I'm getting some medicine in me, so I'm usually drinking some green tea. If I have coffee, I can have a little coffee with my medicine, but usually I don't really drink as much coffee as I used to. And definitely not as much, like maybe 4 ounces. And then I just start my day, get my daughters to school, come home, start working on my business, start working on school as far as, my college, and then do some housework, light housework around the house, like laundry, cook dinner for my family. And I don't eat during the time I'm cooking dinner for my family. That's something I used to do as well. I used to always say, okay, let me try this out while I'm cooking it. But no, I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just really make some food, put it in there, and so when they get home, it's done. So when they get home after probably 4 or 5 o'clock, I will make their plates of food, which, yes, I make their plates of food, including my husband's, and make sure they've eaten. And then I will clean the kitchen up a little bit, and then I'll sit down and have myself a little something. I make sure it's a small portion. And then after I have a small portion of some nice healthy food, I'll throw back some more water. And of course, I take my medicine with that as well. Um, and then it's cleaning up the kitchen, it's cleaning up the house, doing some more laundry, and maybe working on my Poshmark, which is another thing I got into, is selling my many, many, many clothes I have in my closet, which I will show you all my closet at some point, because it's fun to go in my closet and go shopping, all my friends say. But I've been selling it on Poshmark, and so I do that after dinner. Sometimes I do it even, when I can't sleep at night. So I'll just, Poshmark a little bit where I'm, selling my clothes. And then it's time for bed. And then I restart myself by doing it all over again. Occasionally, I will have some red wine at night. I'm trying to cut back that as well because you don't want to drink your calories. Um, and that's about really it. I find myself, if I want to snack, I will do the water instead or the green tea. And if I feel like I want to have a taste of something that may not be the healthiest thing, I taste it. Me and my best friend Sherry, she came out, I guess a couple of weeks ago, and we went to this cute little place where they have macaroons. It's called La Macaroon in Cypress, Texas. And, I felt really good because I had a little taste of something. I didn't need to have a whole lot. So if I choose to go and say, okay, I'm going to have a treat, I'll have a treat, but it's not something that I want to do on a regular, like if I'm at home. But if I'm out and about, it's harder to say no to those calories. It's harder to say no to, the food that you see all the time. And even when I'm watching television, I try not to watch television when I have commercials because the commercials would make me tempted because it's like, oh my God, Burger King, pizza. And I'm not even crazy about pizza or Burger King, but it just gets you hungry when you're looking at that. So I try to turn off the TV and I try to instead just play music and focus on whatever I have to do at home as far as work and school and cleaning the house. And of course, cooking for my family. So those are my suggestions, and this is so easy to do. And as you see, it gets down to the bottom. And because I punctured a good hole, it's like I don't really need to worry about it slipping through. And I just did that with the scissors. So it's really easy to do. And this is a great way to grab and go your water. Oh, I didn't drip that time. That's good. So, anyway, if you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. And I would love it if you would like my video. I'd appreciate that very much. And share my video. If it helps you and it may help someone else, that'd be great. Remember, intermittent fasting needs to be done if you're taking medication carefully, because sometimes you have to take food with your medication. I've been taking my medication for so long, it does make me nauseous if I don't take food. And I can just drink a little coffee or green tea and that's fine. And I'm not taking anything that's super heavy that's going to cause me stomach upset if I don't have the food. So check with your doctor, and also get the obesity code. A nephrologist wrote this wonderful book called The Obesity Code. Please get that book. You can also YouTube it, and he's got plenty of videos out there. So it talks all about how to lose weight, how to get over your illnesses with intermittent fasting. And it really was encouragement for me. And my son, who has lost 60 pounds doing intermittent fasting and fasting itself, and his girlfriend as well, she's lost the same. They are great examples of how this works. And it doesn't mean you're depriving yourself, because like I said, your body can live on its own fat for a couple of hours, for, a day. And then, like I said, you're going to be eating by sundown. So you're going to get something and you're going to be fine. The first couple of weeks, it's a little bit difficult, but the more you do it, the easier. And you don't have to do it every day. You can do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or you can do it Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I mean, whatever you choose to do, just commit to it. Try your hardest, commit to it. And if you fall out of the cycle and you say, oh, well, I didn't do it today, I'm going to get back on track the next day, that's fine. But, this is also a great way to grab your water, make sure you're drinking lots of fluid because you don't want to be dehydrated. Okay, so like my channel, subscribe, and please share. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Hopefully I'll be back with another video in a couple of weeks.